Hey guys, this is Dad from dadsRfunny, and tonight I'm going to take you on another magical mystery tour, a server tour, if you will, suggested to us by one of our subscribers, SoraKHNB, who is Pure Dragon, here on the right, one of the builders, or system administrators, I guess, on the site. You can see everyone's excited to finally meet. As you know, we talk a lot to a lot of different subscribers, and so it's kind of nice to meet someone in a server every once in a while when we get the chance. So that was cool, and of course I'm asking if I can make a video. I figure it's always good just to make sure that people are okay with recording. And Pure Dragon is on the right, again a subscriber and frequent commenter, SoraKHNB on YouTube. On the left we have Komori1225, who's also affiliated with the site, I believe another admin on the site. Now, this server, vanilla server, is located in Sweden, and you can see here they're commenting on what they call the noob cube, which is this walled-in area. You can see the wall in the distance. And the server is, like I said, located in Sweden, and all the info in terms of IP, website, the administrator info, as much info as we have, is located on the dadsRfunny.com website in the fan server section. And you can see here that Komori's a friend of Pure Dragon. One other thing I wanted to mention is I've had a couple comments about why we don't have any American servers on our website, and that's because I don't think I've had any suggestions yet that we have visited. So if you guys have a big, stable, active server with lots of builds on it that you want us to visit, let us know. Comment here on this video. I'm also warning Pure Dragon and Komori here that there's a lightning out and about in New Mexico, and at the time I was filming this, and so I let them know that I might have to leave abruptly because I was afraid that perhaps we might actually get a lightning strike. We've got several thunderstorms in the area about the time that I'm filming this. And another comment I make here is that I like the idea of a vanilla server. It's great every once in a while to go on a server with lots of crazy stuff on it, but this server is a nice plain vanilla, as you might imagine, good name, server, and they're using an admin wrapper, which I'm asking, if it's Bucket or Xicor. Xicor is one that I've looked at. I haven't ever seen anyone actually use it, personally, like on a real server, and Bucket appears to be probably the premier sort of admin wrapper or moderation tool for multiplayer servers. And you can see here there's a couple people online and myself, so it's not terribly busy at this time. And so at this point I'm able to move properly. And I'm warning them also that I'm rendering an episode while I'm shooting this, but I have a lot of RAM on this machine, and I was able to render, process, and also film with fraps, so that was nice. And it was also a good test. We're always here about, trying new things and testing new things, and I had never really done that simultaneously, so it's nice to know that we can double up and render while we're shooting. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, we get to leave Noob Cube, and I'm getting some gear, which is nice. Wow, check that out. And here I'm just double checking to make sure that that Pure Dragon is Sora, because we get a lot of usernames, and as you'd imagine, I ask here, what are the last four letters? And, some of the names, as you've heard us spell them out or say them out, are quite long. This is not particularly long, it's just SoraKHNB, but we've had some that are just insanely lengthy. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be transported. Oh yes, and I have to let everyone know here also that I may have to run. It turns out I don't have to, but I was tempted to tell them that I was baking zucchini at the time. Zucchini bread. Long story. Now, this is kind of neat. And it's probably, again, a feature of Bucket. Isn't that nice? So you hit the button. And it's got a nice sign on there. Tell you what to do. Click the button. There we go. Voila. Ta-da! Alright. So they got their rules. And spawn house. Now, davorb is the, I think, the primary admin on this site. You know, the main admin, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments, but I believe that's the case. And I have a bit of a chunk render issue just at the beginning here, but you'll see that go away pretty quickly. I don't get to see much in the distance. Now, one thing I like about this server is I see mobs right out of the gate. That's nice. So here I am blasting a spider. And that's that's a good reminder to put on the old armor. Now, Dad's liking his digs here. Look at this. Ba-bam. And I'm thinking, I don't want to wear the minecart. But now I'm all decked out in diamonds, so I feel safer. Now, you're really going to like some of these builds. There's actually a build on here, and you'll see it in a minute. And I don't want to give out too much detail, but it's inspired me to make a short film, which it's probably going to take some time to do. But you'll see it in a minute. Now, check out that castle. That's pretty cool. And this is kind of neat. It's kind of a starter building area thing. Got some furnaces in there and some other stuff. Now, by the way, these guys are... I've been here once, but I've talked to Sora a bunch of times, and these guys are real accommodating. They have, you know, plans for when 1.8 comes out. They're thinking about either clearing the server out completely and starting over, or thinking about just letting the chunks in the exterior part of the map render with the new features, which is, I believe, how 1.8 is going to work. I've heard some people comment that, you know, your episodes won't render at all, they won't work at all in the new map, etc., etc., but I do believe the way this typically works is that it's the new chunks that are generated that follow the new terrain gen rules, and the old chunks will be left alone to follow the older rules that have been established in the previous versions. So again, you guys can chat away on that topic. I'm not an expert, but I believe that's the case. That was the case in previous upgrades. So now this is nice. This is, and here I fall in the water, which is, of course, a nice move on Dad's part. We've got the Cat in the Hat tower here to our left. And I'm just trying to get out of the dang water at this point, weighted down with my armor. But one thing I wanted to mention is that they plan on doing one of two things. As I mentioned before, the 1.8 may allow them either to continue and just add on, you know, new 1.8 features and exterior map chunks, or if they do wipe the whole thing out, I would think that's a good opportunity if you're interested in this server, and if you live in Sweden, or if you live, well, heck, if you live in America. I mean, I'm in the U.S. and I have no problem with lag here, so you can take advantage of that. If they restart the map, it's certainly a good way to bootstrap yourself or jumpstart yourself as a builder with a clean slate. Now you can see we're pretty high up here. And I like this tower. It's pretty cool. Gotta love glowstone. Glowstone is way better than torches. In my opinion, it's aesthetically more pleasing, and I use it when I build stuff, so over torches, for the most part. And you can see also in some of the previous episodes we've shot that we use glowstone for some of the, I don't want to say evil lair, I guess for lack of a better word. We use that to signify some sort of technological advancement. Now, I'm having a little issue here with the pressure pad. There we go. Now we're moving on to another build. We just left the Cat in the Hat castle, if that's what it's called. And check this out. This is the coolest thing I have seen in a while. It's the Griefer Cemetery. Now, I don't know if this is super common on every server, but I've never seen one. And look at this. When they find a creeper causing havoc, you kill them and you bury them. And this just gets better and better. So I'm kind of looking around. And I also mentioned, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. This is not the idea I was thinking about earlier, but a troll cemetery. That we could have a troll cemetery on our island. But I love the plots. I love the torches. And now look, I'm dancing on a grave. Isn't that awesome? I have never done that before. It's one thing you can do in Minecraft without worrying about anyone being bothered. Now, check this out. Look at this. I love this. And look, they said they had to do a 36-hour rollback because some jerk that screwed up their stuff. Flint and Steel Rampage. Okay, so check out the coffin. Nice. So not only do they have slabs, they have chests for the coffins, and then they have bones and like pumpkin heads in there. And I guess, I don't know if that's guts in the corner or what, but I absolutely love that. So somehow I'm going to... Two things. One, I'm going to try to work a troll cemetery into our episodes. I don't know if that means we discover it on the island, which is kind of creepy that people have been there before and they died. And there was someone there to bury them. So, you know, the show tends to be hopefully funny, but also sometimes creepy. That's the comments I get, and that's really the thing that we're trying to shoot for. And it's my understanding, that as limited as my experience is in this kind of thing, that, you know, making something funny and creepy at the same time is kind of hard. So if we're actually pulling that off, which I'm not going to be the judge of that, but if we're actually able to pull that off, I'm glad to hear it. And if you want a great creepy/funny reference point, Zombieland is a good movie reference. Now this is a treehouse, and I love this. It's a tree motel. You can see here's a room. Nice and small, kind of like in Japan. Very nice. I've seen tree houses, and I've seen other tree sort of structures, but I guess I've never seen a tree motel. And if you're a new player, according to Sora, Pure Dragon, it's for new players to stay when they're going to build a home. One thing I like about this server is that it utilizes water, which of course prevents a lot of spawning. Things are kind of spread out. And I love the skins. I mentioned that too. Both of them. I'm not sure which I like better. Komori's got a little bit of a hippie lols kind of pattern going on the helmet, which I think is neat. And I like Pure Dragon's kind of slick, and it's got the nice little visor. So that's nice. Now I make a reference here to short film 2. We filmed that on a fake boat that we made, partially made, enough to fit in the frame. And it's this wooden boat that looks very similar to this. Although this boat is complete. And probably we probably would have used something like this if we'd built the whole boat. But man, we were totally trying to get that thing done as quickly as possible. So no masts, no sails, no really... I mean, it's almost two-dimensional, but you can't tell that from the shot. It's really almost a curved wall. Now in this case, we've got a full-size 3D boat, nice glowstone, little cotton, or I should say wool, mast, sheeting, what is it called? Sail, there you go. It's like the SS Pumpkin. We got a nice pumpkin thing up here, jack-o'-lantern. Oh, and a ladder, that's nice. I wish you could make large moving boats like this in Minecraft. And this, by the way, is the SS Spitfire, which is kind of nice. And then I mentioned that I feel like Horatio Hornblower. And if you don't know who that is, Google it. It's one of my favorite characters in literature. And if you ever get the audiobooks, it's narrated. The Hornblower series is narrated by the same guy that does a lot of the voice work in Oblivion, who's a famous British voice actor and stage actor. Now look at this. We get a little better view of the town, the dock. Of course, all I'm thinking about is how can I jump off. Yee, boom. Almost hit the deck. You can see some other structures in the distance. Now, this video we've only got about 4 minutes left, and we see a few more really cool items and take a few snaps and say our goodbyes. But we didn't really get to finish the full tour. You can see there's some other structures in the distance. As we were coming down the dock there was like a church on the left. There were a few other things. And so we're going to do one of two things. If the server continues and they don't do a clean slate, we'll do a part 2. And I may actually, depending on the timing, rather than do that, if they blow out the whole server and start over, then I might talk to Sora and see if I can grab a patch of land, if we can talk to the admins, the everyone there that's got a stake in this server, to see if I could have a little patch of land and we could set up a... oh, nice, look at this. That's the admin's house. Big tower. But anyway, we'd like to set up and the tower's mostly done. We'd like to set up a shop here and maybe have a little patch of land somewhere. But obviously, whether or not we do that here or in a completely new server just depends on what direction they go when 1.8 arrives. So we're good either way. I'm not sure which way the admins are going to go, but I'm sure that Pure Dragon Sora on YouTube will keep us posted. And just for the record, Sora may not sound like a male name, but Pure Dragon here is a male person in real life, just FYI. I think I may have referred to Sora as a female or used the pronoun she in a previous YouTube comment. Q&A episode, I should say. But that is not the case, so I stand corrected. And you can see lots of stuff up here. Now there's that church again, kind of at the T branch there, that leads to the left to the treehouse and the Cat in the Hat and the cemetery. And I'm asking here if they know the seed, because I thought, people might be interested in this map in general, but I believe it's a random seed. Now check that thing out in the distance there. There's some kind of triangular gabled roof. Very nice. Now the lightning's starting to kick in. So I had to run, but you can see here that they had some issues with seeds. They brought that back in later, seed snow. And I'm just letting them know we're going to turn this into a vid, and I really like the server. And again, guys, all the info for this server is at dadsRfunny.com in the fan server section, and I've been typically posting that information there as opposed to in the videos hard-coded, because I'm afraid if things change, that's going to be out there forever, and then people aren't going to be able to know where to go properly. So just visit the site, check the info out there, and you'll be able to find the website, the IP, some administrator and or subscriber reference name. So you'll have some sort of contact if you want to ask a question on YouTube to someone about the server. Nice. And we're going to get set up here for a... I really want to go on that hill. There's a lot of cool stuff back there. But I'm just letting them know here the pleasure is all mine. And I think it's about time to take a few pictures. I'm just kind of taking in the view before I go. And again, we'll either do a part 2 of the tour, or if they wipe the server clean, we can maybe take advantage of that and start our own little patch. Or I suppose we could start a patch here, but... So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give these guys a visit, Vanilla Server. Again, Vanilla Server. Name implies what it is, which is a vanilla server. You can find out more on dadsRfunny.com. Thanks for watching. And thanks to Sora, Pure Dragon, and Komori for letting us visit. Bye, everyone. Nice.